I really enjoyed Just Swipe. I have to admit that that's partly because I love Jodie Sweetin, but there are a lot of things about this that are worthy of praise. This was released in 2021. It's directed by Elizabeth Blake Thomas and written by Blake Thomas and Wendy Braff, and stars, as I said, Jodie Sweetin as Vanessa. We also have David Lipper as Brandon, Danielle Perez as Donna, and Alec Mapa as Miles. And you may have noticed by the year of release that this was released during the pandemic at some stage in the lockdown, and it is a film about the pandemic. It is a film about people, mostly Vanessa, looking for love, trying to date in a time where social distancing was our biggest priority. And a lot of this, not all of it, but a lot of it is done as if we're looking at the characters through Zooms, through webcams. Occasionally we'll get scenes from different perspectives, but in general, for the most part, it's like we're watching them through a webcam. And it's interesting enough. I will say there are times when it's a little bit slow. Things between Vanessa and Brandon go really well, really quickly. And that's obviously really great to see. It's great to have a film about lockdown where things are generally positive. And I think watching this at the time would have really helped to lift spirits, because it's nice to see everybody going through the same thing but making the best of that kind of situation. Obviously, watching this 3 years-ish later, it hits a little differently. It's more like a relic of something gone by. It's definitely incredible to realise or remember that we used to live like this. And that makes it a very fascinating film to watch today, but it absolutely would have hit differently had I seen it at the time. And I don't know exactly how they filmed it, but obviously we don't have a lot of characters in the same room together, and it never feels like they're just acting on their own. It feels very natural, it feels very believable, and I think that works very well. As I was saying before I interrupted myself, it does slow down a little bit with Vanessa and Brandon. Things are going really well for them, and that means that it's not the most eventful for a lot of it. But there are two reasons why I'm okay with that. And the first is that the characters are really, really likable. I love Vanessa, partly because I love Jodie Sweetin, I do have to admit that, but I also think she's just a really likable character. The other reason is that visually it is stunning. The use of colour is so engaging and also so important, because obviously a lot of the time we only have one character on screen. Sometimes we'll have a split screen, but largely we just have one character on screen at any one time. So it's not like there's too much to look at, but the colours are stunning. Vanessa wears a lot of yellow. There's a lot of yellow in her decor. Her laptop has yellow stickers on it randomly. Miles has a lot of pink. Donna, there's a lot of blue in her scenes, and the use of colour really helps to make things engaging and really attractive. There are also some funny moments. I won't explain the scene too much, but look out for the scene where the delivery guy is delivering the muffins. I love the delivery guy. I thought he was a fantastic character, so funny. And his reaction at the end of him delivering the muffins, it just amused me so much. So there is definitely some comedy in here as well. But there are also some very moving moments as it looks at what people want in a relationship and whether they allow themselves to focus on what's really important, or if they get bogged down in what should really be minor details like money, social status, career status. I don't want to say too much about that, but there are some meaningful and moving thoughts in there that I thought made it a little bit more important than just a film about finding love. It's got a deeper aspect to it, and of course, with it set during the pandemic, it's certainly a very interesting watch to watch in 2024. I think I might have had a different response to it in 2021. To be honest, I think watching it in 2021, while there would have been that element of relatability, and while it would have maybe lifted my spirits to see people going through something similar and making the best out of it, I also think at the time I preferred the element of escape. I wanted to watch things that didn't remind me about the current situation, whereas now it's much easier to watch them because it is very, very far behind us, and hopefully it will stay there. I liked it. Just Swipe is a good film. It's very creative. It's cleverly edited. The characters are likable. It's a little funny here and there. Visually, it is absolutely stunning, and we have some nice messages in there as well. So I can't complain. It doesn't have the highest reviews and ratings online. It's got 3.7 out of 10 on IMDb, which is across 154 reviews and ratings. But honestly, I can't complain. And I paid to watch this as well. I rented it on Amazon Prime for, I think, £3.50. So not the highest cost. But at the same time, when I pay for a film, I feel like my expectations are higher than if I'd watched it, say, for free as part of Prime or Netflix, technically for free. And I'm more likely to be annoyed by a film if I've paid for it and it's not good. But I'm very happy to have paid for this rather than watching it as I don't think it's on any of the I hope it's not on any of the other streaming sites and I've just went and paid for it. But the point there is that I have no issue with having spent money to watch Just Swipe. I really liked it. If you've thought about watching it but you've been put off by some of the low ratings, I'd say give it a go. If it does sound like your kind of film, then I think you'll really like it. Just Swipe is generally a really entertaining film.